Hello, business people. How we doing? So today we're going to cover some important stuff. We're going to cover sales quotas. Now, when you're in sales, a lot of times you have a quota. Sometimes it's a monthly quota, a quarterly, an annual, but usually you get paid your commissions based off of your quota. And there's all sorts of comp plans. There are just basic ones. There are ones with accelerators. There are ones with bars that you have to get over before you make money. I mean, it gets pretty complex, but it's fun and it's great. But at the end of the day, what is a sales quota about? Why is it important and who's it important to? Because often we hear about CRMs and people that use CRMs, they want to create opportunities, right? And they want to close those deals and make sales. In Sky Quota, we use the word deals instead of opportunities, but it pretty much means the same thing. And at the end of the day, that's our goal. We are trying to make deals and close deals to generate revenue, right, for your business. But as a salesperson, you're trying to hit your quota and you're trying to get paid. You're trying to get into those accelerators and make as much money as you can and exceed expectations of your boss and of your company. But besides the salesperson, why is a quota important? Well, I'll tell you one reason. A lot of times, companies will forecast revenue based off of sales management and the quotas that they set for individual reps and ultimately the team quota that typically a VP of sales is held to. And that forecasting will lead to budgeting. And budgeting will lead to success or failure often. You have to think through everything correctly. So it all kind of cascades down to making sure that, we're setting, reasonable and attainable quotas, but also, for budgeting. But you want to be able to set a quota for your salesperson to exceed it, or at least meet it, if not exceed it. So let's kind of use this system and see how it relates to sales quotas. So first, I'm starting off in a deal, all right? And this is just one deal. It's a signed sneaker deal, right, with the company Basketball Legends. And right now, it looks like we're, they're analyzing it, or we're in the analyzation stage, and we've set some things. Let me see how much activity. All right, there's only one call. All right, there hasn't been much effort put in here. So if you can close a deal with only one call, that's great. But what other information do we have here? All right, we know it's a new sale. It looks like that they need it soon, like tomorrow. They're currently using Salesforce. Okay, all right. Well, and look, there's a closing process step by step that maybe was set up between the manager and the rep. That's all great, okay? But let's just assume for a minute we close this and it's a sale. All right, you take down the billing information, you process their credit card or whatever, and inside the system it gets marked closed won as a sale. Okay, yeah, there's lots of bells and whistles and I can follow it and get notified and all these things, but what I want to stay focused on is the quota. All right, so this sale was just closed for $25,000. Great, but how much was their quota, right? And how much forecasting was done and what are the budgets? Well, usually sales reps and sales managers write down the quota on a piece of paper and everybody knows it. But this is the first CRM that has it built into the system along with a bunch of other things. And look at the name, Sky Quota. All right. Most companies have a website. People fill out a form. That's a lead. Salespeople have to do something with that lead and turn it into money. All right. Let's go into the back office into Manage Quota, and let's go look at the Sales Quota section. Now you'll see that there's leaderboard and team goals. For this video, we're just going to cover leaderboards because I want to stay focused on individual salespeople's quotas. Team goals are actually like, you can think of it as like department quotas or team quotas, but I want to be very granular and stay focused. All right, so in this leaderboard, we titled it Hunters, all right? And it's a monthly quota cycle, all right? So every month it's going to renew. And so right now, there are 4 things that you can earn quota credit for: CRM, services, phone systems, and upgraded sales. Okay, where do these things come from though? Well, they come from the drop downs inside the deals. All right, so if I was going to go create a new deal and I was going to pick the type, here they are. All right, that's fine. And each company is going to have their own things that they're selling, and each company is going to change their drop downs, right? So they're going to go into drop downs, they're going to go into deals, and here's the type right there. So I could add one to it, whatnot. But that's not what this video is about. It's about quotas and leaderboards and having fun. All right, so going back to sales quota, in this leaderboard, any participant, meaning any salesperson that is assigned to this leaderboard, any deals they close that are either CRM, services, phone systems, or upgraded sales, like an upgrade to a customer, they get quota credit. And each individual thing has a quota. So 10,000 for CRM systems, 5 for services, 4 for phone, and 1 for upgrade. And what that means is each rep has a $20,000 per month quota. Add this up, $20,000 per month in this scenario. And I set the colors to it. Okay? Now, you'll notice that there's also a quota for activity like calls and meetings. You can set those as well. I mean, we gave him a low bar, 50 calls, 10 meetings. Okay, well, let's have a little fun with this. Let's go look at the leaderboard. And we're going to use 2 fictitious participants. We're going to use Thor and Iron Man. All right, so here's the leaderboard that was set up. Okay, and so look at this. Oh, actually, hold on. I should have shown you, how do all these participants get to this leaderboard? Well, after you build your leaderboard and you set it up, you click participants, and then you select who you want, and you pop them over here and you hit save. I have already brought the whole Avengers group, and the Avengers are my hunters, and they are here in the leaderboard. Now you'll notice that it's a $20,000 total quota. How do you get to the 20,000? You have a 10,000 CRM quota, 5,000 services, 4,000 phone system, 1,000 upgrades. That's 20K. It's a monthly quota cycle. Okay, that's fine. How does it work? Well, right now, Iron Man is in second place because he's at 55% of the total quota. And Thor is at 58% of the total quota. So he's winning. Even though, as you can see, Iron Man he's at 110% for CRM. He's sold more than 10 grand. So you see it. Thor's only at 90%, but because Thor sold some services, maybe he sold some training or something, that put him a little bit higher than Iron Man. Okay, well, let's see what happens if Iron Man makes another sale. So I'm going to log out and we're going to log in as Iron Man. And Iron Man knows that he's got some deals. So I'll go to deals, and Iron Man knows he's working on this migration. Now let's pretend that he got the call and they said yes. So right now he's negotiating the price, it looks like, for data migration. He's trying to charge 10 grand. Okay, so let's say they call him up and they say, deal, let's do it. They give him the billing info. He takes the credit card down or a purchase order, whatever. He marks it as closed won. Okay, and the date range is within December. So he's going to get credit for this in the month of December. It's a monthly quota cycle. Let's click on leaderboard and see what happened. Oh, look at that. Iron Man is now in first place. Pretty fun, and it creates healthy competition. But what it really does, all right, so you can see the CRM system, he's still at 11, but now look, he's at 200% for services because he sold $10,000 of migration. Okay, and here's the calls and the meetings. There hasn't been any, except looks like Thor made 2 calls. The point is like I was saying, healthy competition, have some fun, but really think about each salesperson knows where they are, but they don't know where the other reps are. And you'd either have to ask your admin or your sales manager, your boss, to run a report and tell you, or you'd have to go and talk with them. What if you're not even in sales? What if you're the CEO or you're in other departments and you just want to know how the sales team's doing that month or that quarter? You can come here and you get a visual representation, a graphical representation of all the revenue, of all the deals that are closing and the things that are happening. You get to see them. So when it's a normal team environment, these things are constantly moving, and these things are constantly moving depending on what you want in this visual leaderboard. You can display it, and then people come to work, they start doing their things, they're closing sales, they're getting closer with this, they're closer with that, and these things start adjusting. And that is the leaderboards and what matters to a lot of salespeople and businesses, which is setting the quota, having it be obtained, if not exceeded, and having a way to visually watch it live in real time. Come check out more and take a free trial of SkyQuote, or give us a call. We're up for any challenges. You bring us your challenge, we'll show you the solution. And at the end of the day, this is the first CRM that is built by salespeople, for salespeople, and business-minded people.